The interview.
Welcome to the session on interviews. Interviews is a very, very important aspect in life. I'm sure all of you have gone through with it. Don't forget, you have to attend an interview even nowadays as an LKG student or even a first class student. The parents have to go through an interview. When you want to get into college, you're interviewed in the college. When you want to take up a job, obviously you have to go through interviews. And for people like me who are in the media, interviews is a very, very common thing.
An interview. An interview is a face-to-face meeting, especially for the purpose of obtaining a statement or for assessing the qualities of the candidate. It further indicates a physical meeting of people with two possible objectives. One, to obtain a statement or an opinion, as is done when a politician, film star or cricket star are interviewed to get their views on any particular role or innings that they have played, or when the Prime Minister is interviewed to get a statement on the result of discussion with another political leader. 2. To assess a person for selection, such as interviews for jobs, admission to educational institutes, etc. Preparing for an interview. One of the most fundamental factors that contributes to the success of an interview is the time and quality of preparation made by you. The degree of preparedness for an interview helps reduce the uncertainty and anxiety prior to the interview. The amount of effort you wish to put into preparation is directly proportional to the importance of interview. Before an interview. What all should you need to do before an interview? First, learn about the company or the institute that you had applied for. It is important to know the background of the institution or the company you have applied to. You must read its brochure and visit its website. It is important for the following reasons. A. The selectors cannot understand why and how a person can say he is keen to join the institute or a company about which he knows a little or otherwise nothing. B. From the interviewer's point of view, a good applicant is one who has done some homework about the organization or the institute. What you must know is a brief history of the college or the company, its important features, locations, any important issue of the company or the institute which has been in the news recently, the nature of the course or the job profile you have applied for. Revise. Revise the subjects of graduation or post-graduation. It is natural that interviewers would quiz you on fields of specialization. You may like to go back to the textbooks and refresh your knowledge of definitions, formulas, concepts, and other related issues. Most importantly, an interviewer judges your ability to perform future tasks on the basis of your past performance. Thorough knowledge on claims made. There should be thorough knowledge on what all you claim to be. If you list out your achievements, academic qualifications, prior experience, or extracurricular activities, make sure you have the certificates to back them up. The important ones may be photocopied and attached with your resume, while the originals of all the certificates can be kept with you or catalogued so that you can hand it over during the interview.
Now you have employed about 6,000 professionals in your company. Now, when you interview, at least you must have interviewed, okay, you must be having an HR department and whatnot, you must have given them some certain instructions. But at least the top bosses, the top level, you must have interviewed yourself and appointed them. So how do you now, when you interview a person, what do you expect and what kind of answers do you expect, or how do you appoint a person for an important job? What do you look into that person?
Yeah, as a person employing for my organization, I would look for people with certain traits in terms of integrity, honesty, etc. as one part of it. The other part of it is I always look for people who can add value to an existing team. I don't want a very homogeneous team. I want homogeneity in terms of skill sets, but not in terms of the way they think. I'd like people who think out of the box. I'd like people who complement certain skill sets that are available within my team, etc. So it's about like, for example, my interviews are over probably in actually over in a minute or so.
What is the important 1 minute for the person you look at? You said out of the box. Yeah, you're out of the box.
No, all these are other qualities which I use to justify my decision.
Okay.
Going back to the previous point, as to you said when we talk to customers, etc. How do you engage with these people, and how do you, if you don't know the language, etc. How will you articulate your honesty and integrity, etc. It's actually a human skill. You know, when you interact with people, you pick up a lot of things that are not told to you by that person about that person, right? That's a common way in which human beings interact with one another. Similarly, even in the interview process, you need to know those skills. That is why I'm saying it's important for one to actually have a great ability to read and understand human beings. That I think you acquire over a period of time. For me, it was like, let's say, working in the movies was extremely interesting and contributing to this aspect. I used to interact with different kinds of people, from different backgrounds, from people who used to work on the sets to the senior directors to everybody. You should not be close to interacting with people. You know what I'm saying? It's important for you to be able to respect every human being who's there and also learn from them. Over a period of time, you gather those skills in terms of being able to evaluate people better, etc. And the important lesson here is that if you isolate yourself from interaction with people based on just judging them superfluously, then you're the loser, because you don't have the opportunity to understand or learn something from their experience. So I think you should keep an open mind to interact with anybody. The person who brings a glass of water to my room to the senior most person in a multinational organization.